For decades, OpenBSD has been known as the fortress of operating systems. Its developers prioritize security above all else, manually reviewing code line by line to ensure it remains resistant to even the most sophisticated cyber attacks. This timeline tracks 27 years of continuous human security audits. Notice the long, flat span of manual patching, abruptly broken at the very end by this massive spike. That represents just a few hours of work by an artificial intelligence, which independently isolated a critical bug that human experts had missed for nearly 3 decades. The system responsible is an unreleased model from Anthropic called Claude Mythos Preview. It belongs to a new capability tier the company calls Capybara, a level of reasoning that sits significantly above their current flagship models. If human researchers, working across 3 decades, failed to spot a flaw that an AI identified in a single afternoon, the traditional reliance on manual code review has reached a clear point of failure. Our current security protocols assume that auditing takes time and effort. Mythos proved that an AI can bypass both. On April 7, 2026, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei and his executive team announced that despite having a finished, highly capable product, they would not release it. They claimed Mythos was simply too dangerous for public access. In an industry where companies typically rush frontier models to market to secure users and investors, Anthropic's decision to lock its most advanced technology in a vault is a sharp departure from the standard tech playbook. This creates a difficult choice for anyone following the story. We are either watching Anthropic protect the world from a digital superweapon, or we are witnessing a highly orchestrated marketing campaign designed to manufacture an aura of power around a new product. Anthropic didn't actually set out to build a cyberweapon. Their goal with the Capybara tier was to create the ultimate developer, an AI capable of refactoring and maintaining massive, complex codebases that would take humans weeks to understand. What changed the model's risk profile was a shift to agentic workflows. Instead of just answering questions, the system was given the ability to operate as an independent agent, planning and executing multi-step tasks over long periods. Most AI works like the standard chatbot on the left. You provide a prompt and it provides an answer. But as an agentic model, Mythos operates in a closed loop. It is containerized directly with a codebase, where it continuously interrogates the software and tests its own hypotheses without needing human guidance to move to the next step. Because the system can experiment iteratively, it doesn't just stop when it finds a bug. It keeps working until it can output a functioning exploit, the exact sequence of code required to trigger the vulnerability it just isolated. When an AI moves from observation to self-directed action, it becomes a persistent threat vector. It can map a network's weaknesses and then immediately execute an attack, bypassing the delays and errors that usually limit human hackers. These autonomous capabilities triggered the strictest safeguards in Anthropic's internal responsible scaling policy, a set of rules that prevents the company from deploying any model that shows a high potential for misuse. To manage the risk, Anthropic launched Project Glasswing. This $100 million initiative provides a few vetted organizations with restricted access to Mythos, allowing them to use the model's speed for defense. The coalition includes infrastructure providers like Microsoft, Google, and AWS. These companies are responsible for the servers that power the modern economy, and they are now using Mythos to find the holes in their own code. Glasswing is a high-stakes effort to patch the Internet's foundational code before outside actors can replicate these offensive AI capabilities and begin their own attacks. Many in the industry remain unconvinced. Labeling your own product as too powerful for the public is a classic marketing tactic, one that builds a sense of technical superiority without requiring any public evidence. There is a clear financial motive behind this narrative. Anthropic is reportedly planning a massive IPO for late 2026, and a valuation in the hundreds of billions requires investors to believe the company is years ahead of its rivals. Critics call this safety washing. By claiming the model is dangerous, Anthropic can pump its company valuation and justify the extremely high prices it charges for the exclusive Capybara tier. Restricting the model also helps Anthropic hide a more practical problem, a crippling shortage of compute power. The company simply does not have the server capacity required to run a model this demanding for the general public. Under this cynical view, the lockdown isn't a security necessity, It's a calculated financial maneuver to maximize hype while minimizing strain on Anthropic's limited hardware. The narrative of responsible containment suffered a major blow when an unauthorized group on Discord successfully gained access to the restricted Mythos model through a security error on Anthropic's own site. This leak makes the company's safety claims look increasingly fragile. It is difficult to argue that a model is being safely contained when the developer cannot even secure its own web infrastructure. But whether Mythos is a revolutionary superweapon or a well-timed sales pitch is ultimately irrelevant. The technology that allows an AI to iteratively test and break code is out in the world, and it is accelerating. Vulnerability discovery is no longer limited by human work weeks, but by compute cycles. The speed of a network attack now depends on how many GPUs the attacker can bring to bear, leaving human defenders in a race that is becoming impossible to win.